Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We will get started here in just a few minutes. We're just going to give some time for everyone to get a chance to hang out with us here. All right, in the chat box, if you can please share with us where you're joining us from. Great, and I see a couple of you have your last names listed here. So if you can please, you should be able to rename yourself by, if you can't find that button, don't worry about it. We'll kind of go from there, but try to make sure that you don't have your last name listed here. Okay, we're gonna give just one more minute and then we are gonna kick off and get started. If you can see my screen that says come learn with us, please go ahead and raise your hand. Perfect. Great, awesome. Okay, in the chat box, if you can quickly just tell us what grade you're in. Awesome. So we have some different grade levels joining us here. So we appreciate you taking the time. Okay, good. And we have a few teachers. Perfect. Okay. So this is we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is a Come Learn With Us. This is a student's guide to learning with CodeMonkey. This is a webinar for the younger students, but we appreciate teachers joining us as well. So we are leaving our chat box open today. So some video conferencing etiquette that we just like to remind our students is always be on time. Mute yourself. So all of you guys are muted, unfortunately, for this. But if you're joining another Zoom conference, just always make sure to mute yourself and so nobody can hear that extra background noise. For today's presentation, just make sure that you're in a good spot, that you're wearing something that's still appropriate for school, although we can't see you today, and you're using headphones so you can be respectful of those around you. When you are chatting in the chat box, please make sure that you're using appropriate language, exactly like you would in the school setting. And if you have a question, you can pop it into our Q&A box, or you can also go ahead and send us a message through the chat, and we'll also save some of your questions towards the end. So I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Lena Saleh, and I am the Professional Development Manager here at CodeMonkey. I also have taught in the classroom and worked with many students across the K-8 span. I even taught 2nd grade and 4th grade and worked with 6th graders. So I've worked with quite a bit of students. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me. Here is my contact information. I do have 2 other panelists joining me. We don't have a slide for them today, but we do have Talia. She's joining us from Israel. And then we have Molly, who is joining us from Colorado. So we're kind of all over the country, just like you guys are. And I am from Austin, Texas. So thank you. So I'm just going to start off first by telling a little bit about CodeMonkey. How did CodeMonkey get started? So in 2014, our founder, Jonathan, launched CodeMonkey after working with students. He is a computer scientist, and he started working with kids like you and realized that they just didn't really like to learn coding in the same boring old way. So that's how CodeMonkey was born. So it's fun, it's gamified, it's really designed for you to be able to have a lot of fun while you're learning how to code. And we use real programming languages. So today we're going to kind of get kick started here. So in the chat box, I would like for you to rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 3. So 1 being I'm a superb coder, 2 I'm kind of in the middle, and 3 I'm not so good yet at coding, but I'm on the right track. So if you could take a minute really quickly to pop into the chat box. A 1, rockstar coder, 2, in the middle, 3, I'm on my way, but still learning. Oh, good, I like the 2.5, that's a good one. Oh, hi, Thomas. Thanks for joining us from Colombia. You're far way away from me. All right, good. So it looks like we kind of have an in-betweener here, and that's perfect, and that's great. So today we're going to be working with our Beaver Achiever course. It is our block-based course. We won't be working with anything text-based today. If you are, I saw one of you were in 6th grade, you should definitely join us tomorrow for our Game Builder webinar. All right, so we're gonna do an unplugged activity. We'll work on some coding vocabulary, and then we're gonna work with our Beaver Achiever. In the chat box, really quickly, or not in the chat box, if you could raise your hand if you have your own login for CodeMonkey. Okay, great. So some of you do, some of you don't, and that's perfect. Just kind of getting a feel for kind of where you guys are. So actually today, I would like for you to not be logged into your own account. If you're a teacher, feel free to go ahead and be logged in. But if you're a student, please make sure that you are logged out of your account, and we'll give you a username and password to use for today so that you can have the same ability as everyone else, so we can explore some different challenges today. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to be interactive in our chat box here today, and we are going to do an unplugged activity. So we have what we can see here on a grid. So I want you to think about the grid as one movement. We have a few of the directions that we can step, and our goal here is that we want to get student A to our ball. So to do so, we can use the following, the following directions here of step, turn right, and turn left. So I want you to think about when you're turning your body left. So we are facing in the same direction currently right now. I am as student A, I'm facing my whiteboard. And I want you to, in the directions, in the chat box, I want you to write out the directions that you think we should take to get student A to the ball. And with coding, we always face in the direction of which we're moving. So I want you to think about that, about how that should go. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes, and I want you to tell me what our first step, or you can write out the steps in the chat box themselves, what step you think we should take first. From our code over here on the left, we have step, turn right, turn left. Oh, okay. So everyone is saying we should turn right first. That is correct. We want to turn right so we can turn the direction in which so we can face the direction in which we want to walk. So now that we're turned in the correct direction, what should we do next? Oh, okay. I see step. I see some people just saying a certain, just stepping. I see some people giving me a number. Great. Okay, great. Thank you guys for being so interactive. Ian, I see that you said step 5, or Will, you said step 5. Paul, you said step 4. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see where we think we should move. So those of you that said step 5, awesome. You guys did a really great job. If you said step 4, there's nothing wrong with that. We just would find ourselves just a little bit short of where we want to go. So now that we step 5, what happens next? Okay, I see some really good directions here. We made it, we step 5, we counted from where we were, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I see that we're gonna turn left so that we can, that is correct, face up, or face the direction in which we want to go. So Thomas, really great job. Okay, and then I see everyone giving me these directions. You guys are on it today. Great, and then now we're gonna need to do something. So we're gonna have to step. If we just count, nothing is going to happen. So we're gonna have to step, and we're gonna step 4 this time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now we've gotten to the ball. So first we turned right, then we stepped 5, and then we turned left, and we stepped 4. So in this case, basically what we did here is we created an algorithm. So an algorithm is a set of steps to solve a problem. So anytime that you're kind of creating a plan of action, I like to say, that means that you are creating a set of steps to solve a problem. And so in this one, we solved a problem together. So congratulations, you guys just did your first vocabulary term. So another vocabulary term that we also did is we had a sequence. So we can see here that we have a specific sequence in which we went. We didn't step 5 before we turned right. So we go line by line, and that's part of a sequence. Also today, we're going to be working on a loop. Joy, great question, but I'm actually just going to kind of leave it as it is today, just for kind of like privacy reasons and things like that. But I might, that's a good point. So now that we are kind of going here, we're going to talk about what a loop is. And so, oh, that's a good question, Joy. So on your guys' chat box, I forgot to share with you, you should be able to see here on my chat box. Yours might be a little bit different, but you can say to all panelists, or you can change it to all panelists and attendees if you would like other people to see your directions. Either way works for me. Okay, so a loop is something that is going to repeat over and over. So we're going to take a loop at that today in our Beaver Achiever activity and kind of go from there. So I'm going to do this with you because the last webinar we did together, many people were kind of struggling. So what I want you to do is, I'm on the same screen as you guys. You guys are in a Zoom screen. So if you're in a Zoom screen like me, you're going to need to open up your web browser. So if you're using a desktop computer or a Chromebook or anything like that, you'll just need to open another web browser. So to do so, I'm going to open my browser, and you'll see I'm actually already in a browser. So I'm going to stay where I am. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to CodeMonkey.com. So we're going to help you out, and we're going to put CodeMonkey into the box here, and you can actually just click this link. And when you click the link, it's going to take you exactly where you need to go. So I want you to raise your hand when you're there with me, so I can just kind of know that you're ready to log in and we're ready to enter that username and password into the box. Okay, Hannah and Isaac, are you guys with me yet? If you are, if you could just raise your hand, and Ian, so I can know that you're there. Will, just kind of waiting to make sure that everyone's there. If you're not sure, and that's fine if some of you are just kind of following along with me, but if you're not sure, you can just click on this link right here and it will open in a new window for you. Okay, amazing. Awesome, you guys are rocking it today. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna enter in webinar 1, and the password is also webinar 1. So if you need to copy and paste, oh, awesome. If you need to copy and paste, Talia has put it in our chat box for you, so you can just quickly copy that and paste it into the box for you. And I'm gonna do exactly the same as you are as well, just so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Oops. Thomas, just making sure that if you can't and you're still trying to kind of do it, Thomas, are you using an iPad, or are you using a Chromebook or a laptop? That kind of makes a difference sometimes a little bit too. Okay, so when you're in an iPad, unfortunately, it's a little bit trickier to do. The Zoom is its own app, so unfortunately, you'd have to close out the app and then kind of do it from there. So if you find that you're stuck, you might just want to kind of follow along with us and stay with us, and then afterwards try to practice it. It's a little bit trickier sometimes with the iPad to kind of do 2 screens. So just hang out with us and we'll kind of follow along, and we'll kind of go from there, okay? All right, awesome. Okay, so here we are on the CodeMonkey homepage, and you guys are gonna be able to use this account with me today. And so what I want you to do is I want you to scroll to where it says Block-Based Beginner, and I would like you to click on the Beaver Achiever, the very first one. It says Sequencing and Loops. If you can't find it, just look for the beaver with the log in his mouth. Okay, so I know that some of you are kind of trying to get there with me. So if you are there with me, if you could just go ahead and raise your hand. I know some of you are just kind of following along, so not a big deal, but those of you that are students, if you can go ahead and raise your hand so I know if I need to wait for you or kind of give you a little bit more time. Great. You guys are just rocking and rolling today, so great. So all of our CodeMonkey courses always have some kind of a story. So what is the story here for our beaver? So the beaver wants to be able to go swimming. He sees that there is no swimming, so what does he do? He decides he wants to create a dam so that he can actually kind of go from there. So in this course here, we're gonna drag and drop our log to be able to fill the hole here. So some things that I like to point out when we're kind of looking at this here is we have our beaver, he's hanging out, we see there's a hole in the dam and we need to fix it. So we have to kind of figure out what we wanna do. We can also, something else to notice is that each one of these rows with the logs is 1. And we're going to either be moving, just like we practice in our warm-up and our unplugged activity, we're either going to move right or we're going to be moving left. So the first thing I want us to do together is I want us to drag the log and connect it with the when play. So to make our beaver move or to make this code run, we have to click our play button. And I have the sound turned off. You guys feel free to turn your sound off. When you have it connected and you click the play button, we'll see that he'll drop his log and now the dam is fixed. All right, so we did that first intro one and we got a solution, and that's repeating back to us. We got a 3-star, which means that we did the shortest, most concise code that we could do. All right, so now I want you guys to click on the story map up here. And when you click on the story map, I want you to skip to challenge number 5 with me. So click on challenge number 5. So remember, you click on the story map and we skip to challenge number 5. Razan, I will answer your question. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, but I'll answer your question here at the end with everybody together. Okay, now we can see there's a little bit more that we kind of have to do here. So I would like you in the chat box or by raising your hand, be able to tell me, what should we do? Oh, I did say your name right. Cool, very cool. That's a very lucky move for me here. So in the chat box, if you could just please drop in what you think we should do here. I see some people saying some things. You can go ahead and tell me what I should do. Oh, you guys are, man, you guys are rock stars. Okay, so I see a couple of things here. The first thing that you guys are telling me is that we need to drop the log. Okay, so let's drop it. I always like to debug as I go, so I am going to test this out and just see if I was correct. And you guys are so smart. You guys got this. But you can see here that there is an ability to have a super hint here. So if we are stuck and we're kind of working through and we're kind of what I like to call the struggle bus, we're not really sure what to do, we can go ahead and click on need a hint. So then the next thing that you guys are telling me to do is that I need to move left. Okay, so we're seeing that there's an arrow here and we need to move left. So we're gonna go in the same direction using our left hand where we want him to go. And we need to move, and then I see you guys telling me that I need to have a double drop. So let's test it out and let's see if we are getting there. Is he gonna make it? Awesome. Okay, so we are going to get a solution here, and this solution is going to tell us if we got the shortest code or if we probably need to do a little bit of work. So you guys are doing a phenomenal job. Okay, the next thing I'm going to ask you guys is if you have a microphone connected to your computer, if you could please just raise your hand, just so I know. I might call on a couple of you to answer this next one. So if you do, just go ahead and raise your hand so I know that you have a mic. If you don't have a mic, no big deal. Just leave your hand not raised. Okay, great. I'm going to leave your hands raised so I can call on you, hopefully, for the next one. Okay, so now we're going to go again to our story map. Ooh, I see you guys are progressing, moving and grooving here without me. So I would like for you to go ahead, and this time we're going to click on challenge number 15. So we're going to move along, and then we're going to try something and go to my favorite course of Beaver Achiever, which I think you guys are going to love as well. Okay, so do you guys remember when we were talking about vocabulary, we talked about a loop. So I'm going to go back one. I want you guys to stay on challenge 15, but I'm going to go back one here, and we're going to talk about a loop here. So a loop means that we are doing something over and over and over again. And here we see that we kind of have a pattern. We are going to move right and drop a log. We're going to move right, drop a log, and move right and drop a log. So Hannah, I'm going to allow you to talk, and I want you to tell me what you think we should do to solve this specific challenge. Okay, Hannah, I'm going to unmute you. Oh, is it working? Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, Hannah, you should be able to talk. So you should see a microphone, kind of like how you can see on mine here, and you'll be able to unmute yourself. If you can't, if you could just, Hannah, tell me how you think we can solve this in the chat box, that will work too. Oh, I see you there. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Let me just go back onto the, okay. I already did this, so.
Oh man, you're moving way too fast.
Left.
Okay.
You gotta
Okay,
drop
so,
2, move left again, drop 2. And
so
for 4 times do that.
on this challenge, so on challenge 14, the same challenge that I'm on, should we move 2?
Wait, 14, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I was on 15.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, okay then. Move right, drop 1, right, drop
Okay.
1, and right, drop 1.
Okay, so move right, drop 1, move right, drop 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's run this. Let's check this out. Okay, now using that vocabulary that we used, do you think there's another way that we could solve this using something else we have here?
Yeah, the loop.
Okay, so you see we got a 1-star solution. So we could use the loop. So what could we, so if we pull this loop out here, it tells us how many times we want to do something. So we have a pattern sort of blocks here. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what can we eliminate and put inside of our loop block?
Move right.
Okay, so we can put the move, I'm just going to get rid of these here. So we can put the move right, and then what else should we do?
Drop.
Okay, so let's put the drop in, and then I need to connect it. That's why it's all grayed out, right? And then I'll hit the play button. And what kind of solution do you think we're going to do with this? Awesome. Thank you so much, Hannah. What a rock star. Okay, I'm going to mute you now, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Awesome job, Hannah. Thank you so much for helping us. Okay, great. Awesome. So on challenge 15, somebody asked me how long this is going to be. We're going to go just a little bit over our 30 minutes, but we'll have some time to kind of go through. We're going to do one more on this one, and then we're going to go to my favorite course of Beaver Achiever with the smoothie making. So that's my favorite one. Okay. So learning what we did with Hannah, Razan, I see that you have a microphone as well. So I'm going to unmute you. And if you can also unmute yourself, you're able to talk. You can walk us through what to do here. Oh,
Can you
okay.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Challenge 15, you said?
Challenge 15. Can you walk me through this guy?
Repeat 4 times.
Okay, repeat 4 times.
Move left.
Okay, move left.
Drop.
Okay, drop. How many drops should I have?
2.
Okay, 2. Okay, so let's check this out and let's see what we get here. Razan, what grade are you in?
5th.
Okay, cool. And where are you joining us from?
New Jersey, Spotswood.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, awesome. Great job. Okay, I'm going to mute you, okay?
Okay.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for doing that for us. Okay, so we see here that we got a 3-star solution on this challenge. You guys are rocking and rolling. So that means to me that you guys are ready for the next step. So I want you guys to follow along with me. So now that we are rocking and rolling, we know what a loop is. We were able to use it and kind of see the pattern that we were kind of working with. There is another way to solve this challenge as well, but I'll let you guys figure that out on your own and challenge yourselves to try a new way to solve this one. What we're going to do to go back to our screen is we're going to click on our little CodeMonkey face over here. And it'll just take a minute because I'm sharing my screen, so it's a little bit slower than yours will be. And then we're going to go down to Beaver and we're going to click on our Beaver Achiever with the smoothies because this guy's my fave. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click Start Coding. And when you guys are logged in as students, just know that you won't be able to move around like we're moving around right now. This is just special for this webinar, okay? All right, so now in this one, the Beaver wants to be able to make some money. So he knows that the more likes that he gets on his page, the more people are going to come and visit him here. So let's go ahead and we're going to start playing here. Okay, so this one is a little bit different than the one that we have done previously because we're not filling the dam. This one we're actually going to make smoothies. So I'm going to do the first one and then I'm going to call on those of you that have your hands raised with the microphone. Just remember, if you have a microphone and you would like to participate, just go ahead and raise your hand and we'll call on you, okay? All right, so we have our monkey. And so we can see that the monkey likes bananas and we can see that one person is going to be coming to visit us. So that only one person is going to be the monkey. So I'll bring out the monkey and I can see that I can change these tiles to be whatever it is that the person, my friend, wants to have in their smoothie. So I have the banana and now I'm going to bring out my blend and serve. So these are two different blocks that we haven't seen before, okay? And Hannah, I see that you say you can't move. Try to locate kind of where we are as far as that goes. So now we still have our editor in the center, our blocks are on the left-hand side and our stage is on our right-hand side. And now we're gonna do the same thing that we did before, except for this time, instead of saying when play, it says when the customer arrives. So we don't know when the customer is gonna arrive, we just know that he's coming. And so our monkey gets our banana smoothie. All right, so awesome. All right, cool. So Beaver's happy, I'm happy, monkey got his smoothie, and we got 3 stars. So we're rocking and rolling, okay? So let's go ahead and let's skip again, and let's go ahead and go to challenge number 5. And let's do this one together. Okay, so same thing here. If you raise your hands, if you have a microphone, so I can call on you. So you're able to participate. Hannah, I agree with you. This one is my favorite because he's so cute in this one, and so are his friends. All right, Thomas, I am going to allow you to talk, and then all you'll do on your side is unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you. Hey, Thomas, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Colombia.
Oh, Colombia. Oh, you're so far away. Okay, perfect. So Thomas, can you tell me what to do?
You have to wait. Add some strawberry
Okay, so I'm going to add a strawberry. How do you know I need to add a strawberry and I don't need to add something different?
because on the board behind the beaver there's a raccoon that says strawberry.
Oh, you're so intuitive. Okay, great. And then what do I do next?
You put it and you blend it and serve.
Oh, I blend and serve. Okay. And then I need to click what do you think next to make this
Play.
fun? Okay, so let's push play. Oh man, look at that raccoon. He's gonna be so excited. He's excited. Just as excited as I were to be if I had a strawberry smoothie. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, Thomas. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm gonna mute you now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye. All right, so very awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna learn something called an if and else conditional. So we're kind of skipping along and learning some things a little bit faster than we normally would, okay? But I feel like I'm feeling pretty confident that you can do it, okay? All right, so now we're gonna go to our story map. And ooh, I see some of you are already progressing ahead of me. Let me just double check this challenge really quickly and then we're gonna kind of do something together. Exactly. Okay, so I saw somebody was already on challenge 10 moving ahead of us, but we're gonna go ahead and I would like you to do the story map again. And this time, click on challenge number 10. And we have a new block here that I am confident that you guys are gonna be able to work with. So when you are there, I am going to lower everybody's hands here really quickly, but when you are there, just go ahead and raise your hand just so I know that everyone's kind of with me so I can talk about this new block and what this new block does. Great, man, you guys are such rock stars. Okay, great. Love coding rock stars, they're my favorite. Okay, let's help this beaver make some smoothies for his friends. Okay, so we see here that we have our rabbit and we have our raccoon, and our rabbit or bunny or whatever, however you want to call him. We see that he likes carrots and we know our raccoon likes strawberries. This time though, we see we have 3 friends, so it's a little bit different than something we've seen before. So we are going to bring out our if something happens. So we're bringing out our if statement here. And so we want to say if who's going to arrive, if our rabbit arrives, then we're going to add a carrot. And if our raccoon arrives, oops, we don't want to have this nested, that when you have a loop inside of a loop, we call that nested, okay? So when we have our raccoon, we're going to add a strawberry. We don't know though who's coming in which order. So now we are going to, oh, look at that raccoon this time. Those are fancy glasses she has there. Okay, so we're gonna do a super hint here and let's see. So I forgot something. Uh-oh, what did I forget? I forgot the blend and serve. How could I forget that? So thank goodness I used that super hint to kind of help me there. So now I'm gonna click run. Now our raccoon comes back. Now I'm gonna assume she has pink glasses, it could be he. Now the raccoon gets his strawberry drink and is just as excited. Ooh, now we have our rabbit coming back up and getting his smoothie. His or her smoothie, and also super excited. I don't know how excited I would feel about a carrot smoothie. I don't know about you, but who knows? And now we have our other raccoons. So we had 2 raccoons and 1 rabbit join us for our smoothie making party, okay? So we have our if statement here, okay? And if you have a question, you'll see there's the little question there too, in case you need something. Okay, so now we're gonna skip ahead and now I would like you to go to challenge 14, okay? All right. And I'm gonna leave you guys on challenge 14, but I'm gonna go back to challenge 13 and we're gonna talk about this so that we can do challenge 14 and one of you can solve it together, okay? So now we have our, we have something new here. This is called an if and else statement, okay? So we see our monkey on the board with a banana and we see our rabbit on the board with the carrot. So if the monkey arrives, we know that the monkey wants a banana. Otherwise, okay, if our rabbit arrives, then he wants to add a carrot. Okay, so let's, oops, can't forget the blend and serve. So let's see if this is correct. So if the monkey arrives, then we add the banana. If if somebody else arrives, then the rabbit comes and he gets his smoothie. And we see we have two people. So we had the rabbit and the monkey. And who's gonna be our last person to the party today? Monkey. Okay, awesome. All right, so raise your hand if you feel confident that you can help me solve challenge number 15. And this will be our last, or sorry, challenge number 14. This will be our last challenge of the day. Hannah, Razan, you guys are rocking it. Thomas, do you feel confident that you could do this? Thomas Carroll? Oh, your hand went down. Ian, do you have a microphone? I feel like you could do this. Feel confident? Okay, so I'm actually gonna let Thomas, Hannah, and Razan, you guys are all gonna be able to talk together. So give me 1 second and you guys are gonna help me all together be able to do this. Again, Hannah, I feel so bad I didn't ask you where you were from. I apologize. Oh,
Hello?
yep. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Razan. Hi, Hannah. Hannah, I
Hi.
forgot to ask you where you were from. Where are you from, Hannah? Oh, Hannah, don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. I'm from England.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So we have all kinds of people. Okay, so Razan, I'm going to have you give me the first tip. Hannah, you'll go next, and Thomas, you'll finish us up.
Got it.
Okay, Ian, I'm also going to add you. So all you're going to have to do is make sure you can unmute yourself. Okay, and you're going to let us know if everything looks correct. Cool?
Yes,
Okay, Ian, can you hear us?
yes.
Okay, cool. Can you tell us where you're joining us from?
I'm joining you from Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. And what grade are you in, Ian?
Second.
Oh, you're a rock star. Okay, cool. So Thomas, you're going to give everybody, you're going to give us the okay to make it run. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And Ian, I meant. So it's going to go Razan, then Hannah, then Thomas, then Ian. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So Razan, give me the first step I should do.
An if-else statement.
Okay. An if and else statement. All right. Okay. Razan or Hannah, what should I do next? I'm sorry, what was that? So, Thomas,
Yeah.
do you have an idea? Hannah, are you stuck? I don't know if I can hear her. Thomas, do you want to give us the first one, and then Hannah will check it over?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one is the monkey. First, you have to get the banana. Then,
Okay, so should we do, so if the monkey comes, we're going to add a banana?
first the monkey, then add the banana.
Okay, then what else?
And then,
Hannah, do you feel like you could help out Thomas? Do you want to take a guess? Okay, go ahead.
And the raccoon.
Oh, and the raccoon. So should I add an if?
Yes.
Okay. In here?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what?
And then add a strawberry.
Yeah, you were right.
Okay. Add a strawberry.
And then put another if.
Okay. Put another if. In here?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to change to strawberry. Okay.
And
Ian,
then
do you know what I should? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
me?
No, yeah, go ahead. And then what am I going to do? A moose or whatever this guy is, an elk little guy. And then what should I do? Hannah,
Mhm.
what should I add here?
Wait, then I gotta change tabs. What's that?
So we have this little elk
Supposed to
moose
have a bit of
guy. What should I add here?
strawberry.
Okay, so let's add a strawberry. Okay, Ian, do you give this the okay, or do you think we should make a change here?
I think it's good to go.
Okay, so let's run it and let's
Wait,
see
can
what
I
happens.
change something?
Oh, you just wait. Let's see if there's anything. Oh man.
I have
Does
an
anyone?
idea.
Okay, give me your.
Let me try.
So instead of all the if statements that you have,
Yeah.
just keep the if else statement
Okay.
and add strawberry to the else,
Okay.
and then put a blend and serve at the end.
Oh, I forgot the blend and serve before. Oopsies.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
think.
So let's see. Oops. Oh, I like his top hat. What do you guys think?
I like how we balanced it on his head.
Okay. Do you guys see how the code is highlighting as we're running through? So every single time it's highlighting where it's stopping.
Yeah.
I want you guys to watch it here. Oh, we did it. Okay, great. So we got a 3-star solution. You guys are rock stars. So we just had to do that. Now I forgot to add the blend and serve here. So I'm actually going to do that. And I'm going to show you what it would do if it were like this. And then we're going to finish up. This was our last one. So I'm going to mute all of you guys. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your help.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, so you can see this is still running, but there was a more efficient way to solve this. So you guys were not wrong on your first attempt. I forgot to add the blend and serve, so that was my fault. So we can see that there are many ways to solve challenges when you're working through things, but there is always a more efficient way, which is how we started out the challenge or how we actually finished up, right? So this is not incorrect, but there is a more efficient way to do it. And as a coder, if you started working and having so many lines of code all the time, it would be really, really hard to work on your code with having so much. So you want to have the shortest amount that you can, because it just makes it easier for you later on. Okay, you guys did a fabulously amazing job on today's webinar. So if you get stuck, you can use those super hints, you can ask a friend, or you can review past challenges like we did today. Definitely encourage you to use the super hints and ask a teacher or a friend, like I said, or review past challenges. If you're working in coding adventures, some of you guys are a little bit older. I recommend working in those skill mode challenges, okay? So really quickly before we end, we have just about a minute or so before we finish today's webinar. So if you have any questions, you can either put it in the chat box for me, or you can add it in the Q&A box. Hannah, thank you so much. Hello as well to you. Okay, and I want to thank some of my special helpers that helped me today for today's webinar. It was really great to have some extra help. If you are, oh, that's a good question. Oh, Razan, I know you had a question about earlier in the webinar about asking about unlimited. As long as you are part of your teacher's classroom, just have your teacher reach out to us and we can set you up with that. Or if you are at home with your family, you can have them sign up for an account by going here. So we're going to be doing another webinar, like I said, for the older guys tomorrow. So that's going to be for more 5th through 8th grade. Okay. So that's kind of where you'll go. So if you go to this website or encourage your parents to go to this website, you'll be able to see that there. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can contact us here. For your parents, you can, or really anyone, you can follow us at CodeMonkey STU on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We are always sharing some new things and we'd love to see what you're doing. So if you're coding at home, please tag us. And we would love to reshare what you're doing at home as well. We love seeing what you're doing and how you're coding and how you're incorporating CodeMonkey at home for this crazy time, being on this extended time at home, right? And teachers, if you have any questions as well, you can just go to the COVID page or reach out to us at this info@codemonkey.com or anyone that has spoken to you and called you directly. So thank you guys so much for all that you did today. That's the end of our webinar with you guys today. We'll be doing another one this afternoon. So share with your friends or share with anyone that you know. And remember to always write code, catch bananas, or make smoothies and save the world. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.